Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to the Scaregrip channel. Today we'll be learning how to adjust the AccuTrigger. We can do this with or without the tool provided. So let's take a look. Alright, so to get to the AccuTrigger, you actually have to take the two bolts out and take the stock away from the barrel. So this is not as convenient, as some might think. You can't do this too well out in the field. I mean, you could, but you probably wouldn't want to. So you'll probably want to do this at the range or, at home or whatever. So, all right. So you'll need an Allen wrench. This is 5/32, and there are 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3, but only 2 will do the trick for you. Okay, so this is the newer model of Savage. So you get the one bolt here, and the other bolt is actually underneath the this little button here for taking out the bolt. So you would just pull this back and then reveal the bolt right there. So with the older models, this was not here. So anyway, let's take that. Okay, there's one bolt. Take a note, the front bolt is going to be a lot shorter than the back bolt. And this will be a little tricky, but it's doable. So you actually don't have to take the bolt out. You can just separate it just like that with the bolt still in there, getting held by the this button here. But if you wanted to, you could. And there we go. It's, like I said, longer than the front. I'm going to put that one back in. Okay, so I take that out of the way. Every time working on a gun, you might want to buy yourself one of these. They're actually very handy. They're magnetic. You'll never lose any of your parts. Alright, famous AccuTrigger. Let's take a closer look. So I talked about this in my previous video when I did the review on the Savage 111 30-06 model. But basically the AccuTrigger helps you be safer and actually adjust the trigger pull for the tension that is most suitable to you. So for instance, in the wintertime, I like to keep this trigger a little bit tighter and harder to pull because I will be wearing gloves and the feel in my hands isn't as accurate. So, but in the summertime, I'm not wearing any gloves. I might want to loosen that to be less of a pull, and that way I get more control. Alright, so let's take a look kind of how this works. So if you cycle your bolt in, okay, there's your safety on the safe position, you can't fire, and in the fire position. So here's 2 springs. One is for the AccuTrigger part, and the second spring up here is for the actual trigger. So when I pull this, it allows it clears the pin, and I can pull this safely back, and the gun fires. Okay, so this tension is all in this spring, and this is where you would adjust the AccuTrigger here, and we'll get into that in just a little bit here. But what I want to show you is some people are concerned if this thing falls, or so say you adjust your AccuTrigger all the way down to 1.5 pounds of pull, and you're thinking, okay, well, that is so light. What happens if this thing drops and automatically fires? Well, here's what happens. If this thing actually drops and you pull just the triggers for some freak reason, sets itself off. Okay. So for some reason, if it pulls back, see what happened? The sear here stopped the pin from dropping and actually locked my whole action up. So at this point, the gun did not fire, and I can't do anything with this trigger until I cycle back again to release that trigger. Okay, then we put it back, we ejected our round, and or just even cycled it, and then we're good to go again. So, all right. So that's why they invented the AccuTrigger, and just to be, a lot safer. A lot of guys were shortening this spring here to be able to get less pull, but if you did it wrong, then this thing could actually fire by itself. So with this additional piece, Savage made it very, very safe. Alright, so to be able to adjust this thing now, you can do it with the tool provided. I actually don't have that tool on me anymore. But if you wanted to do it without the tool, there is actually a way to do that, and it's very safe. And all you need is this precision flathead screwdriver. And everything basically happens at this guy here. So what it is, the actual tool is a round, you can Google it, but it's a round tool with kind of like the opposite of this guy. So instead of having a point sticking out, it's got a recessed bowl sort of thing. So it basically when you stick that in, it's got a flat bar in there, and it allows you to turn that flat bar. With this, I'm just going to, so basically it works like that. With the precision tool, you're doing this, you're moving that flat bar with that recess thing, and with the flat screwdriver, I'm going to stick it in beside it and basically move this whole thing like that. So here's how we do that. So you basically get in there, and then you can turn. And you're just turning the spring. So I've already adjusted mine the way I like it, so I'm going to set it back the way it was, right around here. So this comes factory about 7 to 8 pounds. It's pretty much right in a tightened position, and you can go as low as 1.5. So the trick is going clockwise tightens it, counterclockwise loosens it. Alright, I do believe that is about it. Well guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I very much appreciate that. Also check out some of my other videos. You might enjoy those as well. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, let me know down below. That like button, I like to hear from you guys, and I will respond to you. If you want to see more of these videos coming out, do hit that subscribe button, then you'll get them as soon as they come out. Well guys, that is it for my time, and as always, I thank you for yours. We'll see you in my next video. Bye.